Oh, goodness. We got Martha Medina. I've seen you in a long time. Gladys Pellegrino and Jana Jacob. Thank you for those happy birthdays. Thank you, Marthy. I had a mouthful when I went live. I hate that light above, but I had to have it on for some light, so I should have brought the other light in here and turned that one off. I was just eating a little bit of dinner. Time got away with me. Beyond the Veil, thank you for the birthday wish. Donna Placedia, thank you for the birthday wish. Thank you, Gladys. I didn't do much of anything special today. Stayed home. And there's Patty. Hello, Patty. Well, I'm glad you figured it out, Patty, and you made it to the live. And thank you for the happy birthday wish. And Janice says hello from MB. Okay. Well, tell MB I said hello. And there's Wilson. Thank you, Wilson, for the happy birthday wish. He said he still has some candy, cowboy candy left. And at last he chatted with Dennis last night. Well, I hope Dennis is doing okay. I sent him a email telling him everything was fine. Nobody's mad. Love to have him back in my lives, but he chooses not to be here, so maybe he'll come back. I love watching you in your videos. Thank you for sharing all you do. Well, thank you for watching, Patty. If it wasn't for all you subscribers liking my videos, my crazy videos, and my crazy shenanigans that goes on in my videos, you see everything. I mean, this is a real kitchen. You see the bloopers, you see everything. You see me dropping pans out of the dish drainer. You see all that stuff. I don't cut it out. I got, looks like 5 thumbs up so far. You learn a lot from me. Well, I'm glad because, that's one reason I started the channel on gardening and composting in place and cooking what you grow is maybe I could, give some people some tips and pointers on how to do things a little differently, maybe help them out a little bit. I know, most women can cook, most guys can cook. Well, thank you for that super chat, Donna. Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart for that super chat. But yeah, I try to give people just little hints and tips on cooking the same way with gardening. Because, I learn a lot from other people. So therefore, I figure, well, you may learn a little bit from me, not a whole lot, but there might be something, in my videos that helps you out. And Linnea says, happy birthday. Have a great day. Hugs. Hug those babies for me. Okay, well, thank you for the happy birthday wish, Linnea. And thank you, Paula. The onion had not been growing. I don't know what is wrong. Those little bulbs, I mean, those are garlic chives. Just barely put them under the dirt with hopefully the roots, I mean, the little, um, the little green part up, the little, what do you call it? The little sprout facing up. And it don't even matter about that. Sometimes they'll drop in the dirt and over time they get covered up and they'll start growing on their own. But they should be growing if you got them in a sunny area and you got them in some dirt and you keep them a little damp. They'll start growing for you, but they should have been growing already. Well, thank you, Beyond the Veil. Thank you for that sweet compliment. Okay, if you'll send me an email and just tell me, you need my address, then I'll return the email to you with my address, my mailing address. I used to pay for a post office box, but I let that go because nobody was ever using it. And it was costing me like 90 some dollars every 3 months. And I said, the heck with this. So I canceled the post office box, and I just said, if they want to send me something, they can send me an email. I'll send them my mailing address. But I got two more birthday wishes. But, I haven't opened them yet. They're behind me. And I'm going to show the ones I had already gotten. I got two already that I did put in two different videos. But the last two that I got, I just got those. So I haven't put them in a video. Oh, okay, Patty. That was you. Okay. I'll check that email and see if I have your address in it. I know I got an email from you and that recipe was in there, but I didn't notice a mailing address. But yeah, I don't need yours. I'll send my address to you. I'm sorry. It's been a day. I started baking my birthday cake and realized I was completely out of milk. I didn't even have canned milk. All I had was buttermilk. I didn't want to use buttermilk. So I ran out here to the little dollar store, which is right outside the subdivision. And that store is so handy since they put it there. When I'm cooking and I realize I'm out of something that I need, I can just run out there. It only takes me 5 minutes to run out there and come home with what I need. And there's the vegan menu. Hello. Yeah, I forgot all about that email you sent me. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and send you my mailing address. I've already made my birthday cake. It's behind me. I'm not making pudding tonight. I'm not making anything because I already got my cake right back there. And it's good. It's a good cake, too. But you know what? I didn't even cook a whole recipe for a cake. I cut the recipe in half, just like you were only going to cook one layer. And that's my cake back here because I didn't want to make a full cake. But it's a full cake. It's just a small one. It's like a one-layer cake. No, I forgot to get ice cream when I was at the dollar store. I went to Dollar General to pick up the milk. And I didn't even think about the ice cream until I got home. And I said, well, darn, I didn't get any ice cream to go with my cake. Well, I did a video on baking the cake. So if anybody wants to see how I made it and the ingredients, if they watch the video tomorrow morning, I'll put it up and you can see how I did the cake. I cut the recipe in half and you'll get all the ingredients and everything. It is cream cheese icing, y'all. Cream cheese glaze on my cake. And it is one of the best chocolate cakes you'll ever eat. that you can ever make. It was right out of my Betty Crocker cookbook that I've had for 40 some odd years. But I did cut the recipe in half. And in my video, you'll see that I told everybody that if you're a single person or if you're just two people, you know, and you want a cake, you can cook a cake or you can bake a cake. You just don't have to do the whole recipe. I should have went back to get the ice cream. Yeah, I should have, but I didn't. Thank you, Tamara. And the last two gifts I got was from Tamara Douglas and Tamara Aimling. I'm not sure I pronounced her last name right, but the two Tamaras sent something. But I'll show it tonight. I'll give people time to get in the chat and then I'll show it. Yeah, I started to do chocolate frosting. And then I said, no, I think I want some cream cheese on this yummy chocolate cake. It's almost like a chocolate fudge cake. And there's Shatika. Good evening, Shatika. How are you doing? Blessings to you. Why don't I come over? Well, come on, Wilson. Janice says, I wish you an amazing birthday. You have helped my spirits through my loss. Well, I'm glad I've helped a little. I know nothing can really get rid of the pain and the agony that you're suffering, but at least knowing friends are around can cheer you up a little bit and make it a little bit easier. I've got 44 people watching my birthday show tonight. And I've only been on not even quite 12 minutes. Well, 12 minutes now. So. I don't know. Maybe she's busy. But we got Tamara Douglas. We just don't have Tamara Aimling here yet. So I wanted to give everybody a chance, you know, that maybe you're latecomers, that for some reason they can't get here yet. I had already found you months before, and that was a blessing. Well, thank you, Jana. No, my son lives an hour and a half away in Hillsboro. My daughter lives up in Vista Ranch, which is a good hour or hour and 10 minutes up on the other side or the edge of Fort Worth. Thank you. It's me, Ann. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Bless your heart. She sent me a super chat. Thank you, Ann. You're the sweetest person. Yeah, that's what I've always been told, Jana, that God puts people in your life for a reason. And there's Jeannie Leggett. Hello. Thank you for the happy birthday wish. I've had a wonderful, relaxing, lazy day today, other than making my cake behind me. And there's Terry. Hello. Thank you for the birthday wish. There's Tamara Aimling. Can't do nothing without Tamara Aimling. We got to have the two Tamaras in here. Thank you for the birthday wish, Tamara. Yeah, I'm going to re-show the gifts I've already gotten that I put in those videos. I'll show those again tonight. And then the other two that just came, I'll show you that. Oh, they're doing great. I fed them their supper a few minutes ago. So hopefully they're not going to come scratching at the door. One thing I wanted to do, and I forgot, was I wanted to put the birthday, this birthday card next to my cake because I already had it open. And I had showed it in the videos. And this is from MT and Life with Pippintine. I guess you can see that. The birthday card next to the cake. Unless I sit in front of it. And there's Melinda. Hello. Thank you for joining our birthday show tonight. And there's Carrie Wright. Thank you for that birthday wish. And she's from May, Texas. I'm not sure exactly how far May, Texas is from Granbury, but I'll look on the map later and I'll see. Sure wish I had a piece of that cake. Well, I wish I could give you a piece of it. You can't see it. This is the card that MT and Life with Pippentine sent. It's a foldable card. And each flap around it says happy birthday. And everything shows up backwards on the camera. But I have to have the camera turned this way so I can see what I'm showing you. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm showing you. Yeah, and I'll show you the rest of what they gave me in just a little bit. Like I said, I was just giving everybody time to get into the live before I started showing stuff. That way I don't have to keep repeatedly showing it when someone comes in. And there's Deb. Yum Cake makes my birthday celebration even better. Happy birthday again. Well, thank you, Deb. Beyond the Veil said her best friend just moved to San Antonio, Texas. Well, whoever that is just moved down close to Wilson. Wilson lives in San Antonio. May, Texas is the heart of Texas, right in the middle. Oh, wow. Well, then that shouldn't be too far then, because I'm north central Texas, just south of Fort Worth and Dallas, referred to as Heartland. Okay. No, I didn't make cupcakes. I made a cake. Wilson, I don't need cupcakes when I make a cake. I started to. I said, well, I could just make a cupcake and that way, but then I'd have to make a whole pan of cupcakes. So I just decided to go ahead and make a cake. I just did half a recipe for my cake. So I'm showing you in that video that I post tomorrow how I made my cake and the ingredients that I put in it in case anybody wants to make one when they don't have 20 people to cut cake for. Tamara Ameling says, I made a small chocolate cake today for your birthday. I'm going to think of you every bite. Well, mine's chocolate too. Yeah, I've still got a little bit of chicken and rice in there. That'll be probably my Friday refrigerator clean out day to eat. I think I've got some asparagus in there left. I've got chicken and rice. What do I have in there? I don't have any more fish sticks. They're gone. Where in San Antonio did that person move to? I have no idea. They didn't say. They just said San Antonio. My yard is full of wildflowers, Carrie. I hate to mow because my whole yard is those Indian blanket flowers. They're kind of a burgundy, orangish, red looking color, yellow, and they're beautiful and they're blooming now. But I got to get out there and try to mow tomorrow. I tried to let the yard have today to dry off a little, but I've got to get out there and mow probably tomorrow or Saturday. And I'll have to mow a lot of my blanket flowers down because they're just scattered all over the yard. But I do have them in my rock garden, so I will have some of my blanket flowers left. I've got them at the entrance to the garden back here where the arch is. I've got them on each side. No, I don't see Edith yet. I hope she got notified. She's probably not expecting me to go live tonight because it's not Thursday. Tamara says, how sad is that I'm still eating Walmart fried chicken from Saturday. Well, I don't know what it was with my chicken that I got the last time. The chicken breast was really huge, really big ones. But all the other pieces except the two legs were little bitty tiny. I thought to myself, where did they get these chicken thighs from? Where did they get these chicken wings from? They look like little baby chickens. The bones, I mean, the thigh bone was like that long in it. I've never seen a piece of chicken that small. And I can't eat one of those breasts all at one time. I have to cut it in half. But yeah, it's gone. And I've been eating fish sticks since yesterday, so. And Roger Chambers, the real Roger, hello. I'm glad you could make it. I love big chicken pieces. I do too, but I can't eat a whole chicken breast when it weighs a pound. Well, I'm going to sing happy birthday to myself when I light my candles. And y'all have to sing with me. I'll know you're singing. I just won't be able to hear you. But you can sing with me. How about make pork neck bones and rice? You know, I keep forgetting about pork neck bones. I got to get some. No chicken, no pig's feet, no chicken feet. But I can handle the neck bones and rice. I used to eat that all the time. Gladys says, I'll sing in my mind, okay? Well, nobody's going to hear you but you and your kitty cat that you got there. And there's Roger Chambers. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you for that happy birthday wish. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Beyond the Veil singing to me, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dearest Linda. Happy birthday to you. Tamara's singing. And there's Allie Poop. Happy birthday, Linda. Thank you, Allie. And there's Life with Pippintine. Thank you for the birthday wish from you and MTV. That's so funny. I was saying when I opened the box the other day in my video, I said, this is from Life with Pippintine and MTV. I don't know why I had MTV on my mind, and when I said his name, instead of saying just MT, it was MTV. Dennis was funny last night. I missed him. And there's Saja. Hello, thank you for the birthday wish. It's a chocolate fudge cake with cream cheese icing, and it's got chocolate sprinkles on top. I baked it this afternoon. I baked it, and it had like an hour to sit on the counter before I went live. That's how quick I made it this afternoon. I was about to run out of time. I was afraid the cake wouldn't cool quick enough to get the cream cheese icing on it, so I put it in the refrigerator to help cool it down. Roger Chambers says, geez, would you mail me a piece? It would probably be pieces when you got it. It would be crumbs. See, how long have we been on? 24 minutes. We'll give it a few more minutes and see if Edith shows up. Your cake sounds a lot better than what I made. I don't know. Yours may have been better than mine, Tamara. What kind of chocolate cake did you make? What kind of icing? When my mom made chocolate cake growing up, when I was growing up, she knew we loved chocolate. So she'd always make us a chocolate cake with chocolate icing. Well, the cake itself was the dark chocolate, and she'd make that milk chocolate, creamy chocolate icing to go on it, and she made everything homemade. Oh, it was so good. So good. I miss my mama's chocolate cakes. My left knee is making popping noises. Uh-oh, you need an oil can, Wilson. Well, that first Thursday night that I didn't go live for trivia, and I didn't have it scheduled. So I figured if I didn't schedule it, nobody would think anything was wrong. Well, he got anxious about it, and he called in a welfare check here to Granbury Police Station. He said, I'm worried about her. She lives alone, and she always goes live. She's been going live almost every night. And I just want somebody to go check on her to make sure she's okay. And they said they asked if I had children, and he told them, yeah, but they don't live in this town. So I had a nice, really nice cop show up at my front door. I opened the door, and I was shocked when he was there because I didn't know why he was coming here. And he says, oh, ma'am, he said, don't worry, you're not in trouble or anything. He said, this is a welfare check. Do you know a dentist? And I said, yes, but he's in Florida. He said, well, he called in a welfare check for you because he was worried about you. You didn't go live tonight. And everybody was worried because they didn't know what was going on. But, yeah, I sent Dennis a message, an email, and I told him, everything's fine. It's glad, I'm kind of happy to know somebody cares enough to do that. But, he was afraid I was upset, and I'm not. And I told him that. I said, I'm not upset. I'm not mad about it. Nice to know you cared. But he has not come back in my life since. I think he's embarrassed, or he thinks other people are mad. I don't know what's going through his mind, because I can't get in his mind and figure out what he's saying or what he's thinking. I saw a bird or something fly over your head a little while ago. Not in this video. I don't have no birds in my house. It would have to be in one of the videos you watched or something. Yeah, it was sweet of Dennis, but he kind of got upset that he did it. Roger says, welfare check. I keep trying, but they say I don't qualify. I don't mean that kind of check. I mean the kind of check where they go knock on your door and make sure you're okay. Yeah, I told him that. I said, nobody's upset. I said, you don't need to stay away because of that. I mean, come on back in my life. We need you here. But I think he's been putting out a lot of his own little videos and his shorts lately, so he's probably been busy. You just saw it. It may have been something flying by the window outside, and it made it look like something going by the window, and it kind of looked like it was going by my head or something. I don't know. But the only thing I've got in this house is a fly that's been driving me crazy. And I've chased him with the fly swat, and I haven't gotten him yet. Wilson said, I saw a big roach outside yesterday. Well, if we'd have had roaches out here in my yard yesterday, they would have drowned because it rained nonstop. I had water standing in my yard yesterday. It finally stopped sometime early this morning, and it has not rained all day, so it's kind of trying to dry off a little bit. Yeah, it's probably the fly you see, Vegan Menu. I don't have any birds in here. Well, I guess I can go ahead and show y'all. Like I said, I'm going to start with what I had already put in the two videos in case some of you didn't get a chance to see the videos. First of all, in that box came this card, you know, that MT and Life with Pippentine sent. They also sent me this box of chocolates. Look at that. I haven't opened it yet because I know when I open that box, I'm not going to stop eating. I'll make myself sick. It's fine hazelnut chocolates. Oh my gosh. They also sent me in this big box up behind me. I didn't have room to put the whole box over here. But they sent me this coffee mug. Isn't that something? Isn't that pretty? The pattern on it. And it's got a Bible verse. It says, "Be still and know." And that's Psalms 46:10. But thank you, MT and Life with Pippentine, for my card, my coffee mug, my box of chocolates. I must have mentioned in some of my videos that my favorite was chocolate, and that's why they sent it. And they were the ones that sent that folded card. The other one that I put in the video was this, it's a seat, a kneeling bench, but it's for the garden. It's adjustable. You can use it as a stool to sit on or lower it so you can kneel on it and take it around the garden with you. And it's pretty lightweight, but I've still got it in the box. Now, these are the last two that come. Oh, I'm going to sit down here because these are not in a box. They're in an envelope. This is from Tamara Douglas. Happy birthday. Whoop. And there was some green fell out of it. She said, "Dear Linda, wishing you happiness on your birthday and a year that holds the best of everything. Happy birthday to an amazing lady. Celebrate you. Love, Tammy." It's got a big heart where she signed it with a heart. And she sent some money, some green stuff. Thank you, Tamara. Put her card up here too. And this is from the other Tamara. That one was from Tamara Douglas, and this is from Tamara Aimling. Well, I'm going to have to get something to open it with. Oh. I've got a letter opener, but good Lord, I couldn't tell anybody where it is. I haven't used it in so long. It says, "It's your special day." Isn't that a pretty heart of flowers? It says, "Happy birthday, Linda. I hope your birthday is nothing less than fabulous. To you, Tammy Aimling." There's the inside of it. It's a birthday cake. So I'm going to put this one up here too. I'm not sure where to put it that you can see all of them. There. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. There. And there's Sandy Cheeks. Hello. Thank you for the birthday wish. Yvette says, "Do you wear pantyhose anymore?" No. It's been many, many years since I've wore pantyhose. I've not bought pantyhose in many years. The last ones that I've had, I gained weight and I couldn't wear them. because I wore such a small size. I put on a little bit of weight and I couldn't wear them, and I quit buying pantyhose because I said it's too hot in Texas to wear pantyhose. Sandy Cheeks from Texas. Oh, okay. Use a scissor. I just used a knife. But thank you both, Tamaras. Thank you for your cards. And Tamara Douglas, thank you for the token you put in the card for me. I'll definitely put that to good use. Sandy Cheek says Tennessee. Tamara Ameling says, I painted that card just for you. I'm glad you got it. Well, my brother sent one from Arizona, and it's not come yet. Because he messaged me. He said, Linda, did you get your card yet? And I said, no. Didn't come in the mail today. And he said my nephew Mark didn't get his either because his birthday is now. So my son's is the end of the month. And my brother that had sent me the card that I haven't gotten yet, his is the end of the month. His birthday's the 27th of May. My son's is the 29th. So we got three May birthdays in my family. And there's Growing What I Eat. Thank you, Growing What I Eat, for that birthday wish. You're driving and listening. Well, be careful. I don't want you to wreck your vehicle. Wilson's birthday's in October. And what sweet. Yeah, I love the card. I love all the cards. I love the coffee mug. I love the token that Tamara Douglas put in her card. I'll put it to good use. You painted my card just for me. Yeah, I didn't show the card. Let me cover up your address because I don't want to put that on the whole world to see. But see, she did paint the card. That was drawn on there and colored in. That's not a sticker with the balloons and stuff. She painted that on there. It says Linda's birthday. Thank you for that thoughtfulness. And Beyond the Veil says, I'm a December baby. My daughter is a January 21st. And I think the rest of my family is just strung out throughout the year. I don't think anybody else, right in my family, is in May. My ex-husband and my sister-in-law was April 4th, I think. Yeah, quite the artist, Tamara. She likes to do watercolor. I painted the actual card as well. Oh, really? Yeah, I guess you did. I didn't notice that. She painted the card as well. Yeah, my older brother that moved to Arizona, he sends me a card with something, for me to go shopping. Every year. He never fails. And I knew something wasn't right because usually I get a card from him with a little bit of something to go shopping with about a week or so before my birthday, and I didn't get anything this year. And he said he didn't know what was going on, that I didn't get mine and his son didn't get his that he sent to him. So somehow it's held up in the mail. See how long we've been on. Only about 39 minutes. Where is Edith? I don't want her to miss everything. She'll probably come in about 5 minutes before I end my live tonight after we've been on here for 2 hours. I used to do a little bit of watercolor and chalk drawing and, painting with chalk. And then I got into acrylic paints. I did a little painting of my granddaughter when she just started to pull herself up and walk holding on to everything. And I know I'm not a great artist, but it just did my heart good to do that little drawing or painting of her. And I had it copied on canvas, and I gave it to my son and my daughter-in-law for Christmas one year. And they hung it up at the head of their bed. And Alexander ran in the bedroom one time and happened to see that painting up on the wall. And she says, "Mama, who is that baby in that picture?" And she said, "Alexander, that's you. That's baby Alexander up there." She couldn't get over that. That was her up in that picture, that painting. Yeah, I got the mail from Life with Pip and Tyne and MTV. MT, not MTV, MT. Yeah, they sent this beautiful folding card that I showed. They sent the candy, the box of chocolates, and the coffee cup with the Bible verse on it. And of course, the two Tamras sent these cards, Tamra Aimling and Tamra Douglas. And my friend Ron sent the kneeling bench for the garden. The stool converts to a kneeling bench for the garden. He lives down in Lake Jackson. He sent it to me. He used to live up around here when he worked at Comanche Peak Nuclear Power Plant. But when that job was finished, he went to Lake Jackson because he built a house down there. It's something I like to do. I'm not an expert at it. I don't even feel like I'm that good at it, but it's something I like to do. And my dad loved to draw and paint, and he could do it really well. My older brother, the one that his mail hasn't gotten here yet, he is a fantastic artist. He loves to draw and paint, do acrylic paintings, and he's real good at it, a lot better than me. My younger brother, the next brother, he does charcoal drawings, and he loves it because he said he can get more detail with the charcoal than he can with paint. And his paintings or the drawings in charcoal are the two that's hanging under my clock that y'all have seen in other videos. You know, when I'm facing toward my clock up there on the wall, there's two pictures hanging underneath it. Well, those are two charcoal drawings done by my brother. I know, isn't that crazy? One mailman gives you your mail and the other doesn't. Who knows, really? I don't know. I have no idea, y'all. Where is Lake Jackson? It's down not too far from San Antonio. It's further down toward the coast. Actually, Lake Jackson is right on the coastline. Just down below Houston and San Antonio, that area. So you keep going toward the coast. And I got little buddy scratching at the door. He's so spoiled. He wants treats. Him and Lucky's already got their dinner. Let me get him a handful of treats or he'll not stop scratching. Where's Lucky at, huh? There he is. They're both out there chowing down on their treats. Their catnip treats. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and light the candles on my cake and cut me a piece of it. I'll give y'all a close-up of it. See, I put chocolate sprinkles. You know, they're different colors, but inside the sprinkles it's chocolate. And there's icing all down the center. I'm liable to burn the candles up trying to light them all. I think I've got 8 candles on there. And we know that's not my age, but it would burn the house down if I put all the candles on there. Now y'all help me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. And happy birthday to all the May birthdays. I got them. Got them all out, y'all. Couldn't get it out without getting it everywhere. Got it all over my hand. There's my piece of cake, y'all. Wilson's singing, Tamara's singing, the vegan menu was singing, Anthony. Hi, Anthony. I didn't see you earlier. Pog Whisper. Show some of that cake in the camera lens. I want some. I cooked this cake this afternoon, just before my live. Y'all take a bite. Take a bite of my cake, y'all. Whoop! Y'all tried to get it. It dropped on the table. Oh my God. That is so good. Y'all. You gotta watch my video when I put it out tomorrow on making this cake. And make you one. If you want a full-size cake, just double the recipe. If you want a small one like I did, just cut it, you know, do the recipe that I did in the video. But that's cream cheese icing, and that is fudge chocolate cake, and it's so good. It's almost like eating a fudge brownie. But this is made from scratch, y'all. And it's so good. It was a toss-up. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put milk chocolate icing on it or cream cheese icing. And finally the cream cheese won out. Darn bedtime. Where you been, Chill? I showed all my presents. We sang happy birthday. And there's Barbara. And Mary Zinner. Thank you for the happy birthday. Oh, that's so good. Oh my God. That fudge chocolate and that cream cheese. Oh, oh my God. I am so sorry Edith is missing this. Well, watch my video tomorrow that I post, because I did a video on making this cake. I made it all from scratch. And I made half a recipe. So if you want to make a cake, a small cake, use the recipe that I'm using in the video. If you want a full size, bigger cake, double everything. How about musical chairs? mm. Oh my God, this is so good. I mean, I'm in trouble just half of the recipe. I can't imagine what it would have been like if I'd have cooked the whole big cake. The whole recipe. Because I love chocolate and I love the cream cheese icing. Yep, it's my birthday, Chill. Thank you for the happy birthday wish. Wilson said, save me some, I'm coming over. And there's Vase, hello. Vegan menu said, no small cake for me, no comprehend. You got to have the big one, huh? Well, double the recipe if you want to cook what I made today. I give the recipe in the video, so just double everything. I knew I'd be the only one here eating it. Because even by chance that my kids got to come over, it wouldn't be on a weekday. It would be on a weekend. Mm. Oh my God. Ooh, this is a birthday wish to me. My chocolate, fudge chocolate cake with cream cheese icing. I hate eating in front of y'all and y'all are not eating cake. And this Joyce Smart, hello. Yeah, everybody's too busy. Pop some firecrackers. I don't have any firecrackers. We're not supposed to shoot firecrackers off in this subdivision anyway. I had to wash all that sugar down. Thank you, Vegan Menu, for that birthday wish. Hey, do you remember me? I'm Upchurch. Seemed like I remember the name Upchurch. Thank you, Brenda Mace, for that happy birthday wish. I showed all my gifts already and lighting the candles and singing happy birthday and all that. So I guess if you want to see all that, you'll have to go back from the beginning of the video when it's over. Thank you, Vase. I got chocolate sugar on my mouth. This is a sugar-free raspberry lemonade, what I'm washing my chocolate cake down with. So it's a little bit sour. Just the opposite of that cake. Thank you, Vase, for the happy birthday wish. Well, I thought we'd play trivia tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's our regular night to play trivia. That is, if I don't kill myself mowing the yard tomorrow, if it don't rain. If the ground is dry enough, it may still be too wet. Because with my mower, if I get out there and the ground is too wet and soft, it'll just pull the grass out of the ground. It makes a mess and it sticks to the mower. So I like to wait till the ground is dry, the grass is dry, and it cuts a lot better. But we got a lot of rain over several days since I've mowed my yard. I don't know where Edith is. Goodness, she must not have her notifications turned on. But I guess this is the happy birthday not only for me, because it is my birthday today, but it's for all of the birthdays in May. You know, we started doing that every month, and we kind of got out of the habit of it. Chill said, spring showers, time for a trivia night. Gladys said, Linda, if you love me, send me some cake. That cake wouldn't be, it would be broken up into crumbs and everything else if I tried to send that cake in the mail. You'll have to watch the video tomorrow and have your boys make you one. It's real easy. If they want to make a full-size cake, just double everything that I put in the recipe. I put half in there to make just half of the cake. I mean, it turned into a whole cake, but you know what I'm saying. It's like a one-layer cake. We've got nothing but rain for days here. It finally stopped today. The poor people that are building this house back here, you know, they put the septic in first, and then they built the house, but they never filled in the dirt over the septic or nothing. And it's rained and rained and rained, and all you can see in that backyard is the 3 green domes that are above water. Everything else is underwater. So I don't know what they're going to do about that. They got to fill it in. They can't leave it like that. That's a mosquitoes is going to be breeding in there. They'll run me out of my garden because my garden is right there at that corner. How about just go to HEB and buy one? Well, I'd rather make my cake. Oh, I picked my first husky red tomatoes today. Look at this, 4 of them. I didn't even know they were turning colors. But they're husky red cherry tomatoes. This is as big as they get. I've got some green ones out there on the vine, that big around, but they're green. None of them have turned red yet. But these 4 were right. I got to looking at the bush, and there's so many leaves and so many green tomatoes that I didn't see these turning. And I happened to move some of the leaves, and I said, there's something red looking down at the bottom. I said, I bet that's tomatoes. And sure enough, there was 4 ripe red tomatoes right at the very bottom of the bush. So I picked them and brought them in the house. Vegan Menu says, I want to make a toast to Linda. Well, thank you, Vegan Menu. I'll toast to that. I had to literally go out there and unstop some of the drain holes in some of my pots and my buckets, because some of them that have been planted in for like 2 years, the holes got stopped up. We got so much rain so fast, it filled the buckets up and it washed dirt and debris to the holes and it stopped the holes up. And I had this much water, rainwater, standing in the top of some of my buckets. So I was out there with a stick poking it through the holes to open the holes up. And I drained the water out of the top so my plants don't drown. Thank you, Vegan Menu. Wilson, Vegan Menu, and Donna says cheers, giving me a toast. Yeah, but hopefully we're not going to get any more rain for a bit, and it's probably going to end up getting really dry and hot now. Usually that's the way it does. We get all the rain at one time, and then the rain stops, the heat kicks in, everything's dried out, no rain, and we're begging for rain, we're begging for cooler temperatures, and it don't happen for several months. There's Tamara, she says, cheers, click, click in the glass. Yeah, I should have waited and showed all of the stuff I got tonight, which I did, but I went ahead and jumped the gun and I put 2 of them in videos earlier. So next time I think I'm just going to wait till the night I do the live and then show them. We'll see. I've been trying to learn a few new songs today, but I don't know. My allergies are not cooperating. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my cake, it just so happened that every one of the ingredients in that recipe could be cut in half. I lucked out with that one because you can't divide an egg in half, right? Unless you just throw half egg away. But the full recipe called for 2 eggs, so I used 1. And I used half of everything else. I do that all the time, Life with Pip and Time. That's what my channel's about. It's not only composting in place, but cooking what you grow, but it's how to conserve on water, reuse your water. Like all of my totes and my 5-gallon buckets and my big pots, all of those, they have water reservoirs in the bottom of them with a drain pipe like 2 inches up. So it'll hold about 2 inches of water in the bottom to self-water. And then if it gets any more than that, it goes to the overflow pipe, goes into my black buckets, and then I can re-water with those buckets. Or I fill up the containers, the 32-gallon containers, with the rainwater, and then I will re-water with it later. It's cut my water bill way down. I use less water out here than anybody. And I've got a big garden back here. And it not only recycles your water, but what fertilizer, compost tea, fish emulsion, Epsom salts, whatever you put in your plants when you water them, it drains back off into that bucket with the water, the overflow water. So every time you re-water with it, you're re-feeding your plants. That'll also cut down on having to buy fertilizers, Epsom salts, fish emulsion, worm castings, or whatever you put to your plants. I mostly use compost tea, but I do add like calcium occasionally. This is the first year I put calcium to my plants because I did see blossom end rot on a couple of my squash. So I did buy some of that and I put that to them. And now the squash are looking pretty good so far. And I've got 2 pretty good sized zucchini. I haven't picked them yet. I want them to get a little bit bigger. and then I'll pick them. But my turnips are looking good. My beets are, I got red beets, yellow beets. They're all looking pretty good. My carrots, I think, are too crowded up. And I didn't pull out part of them. And I don't know if they're going to even make a carrot. There's so many carrots in there. They're fighting one another for moisture. And there's Edith. Hello, Edith. We've been waiting for you. I've already blew the candles out. I've already eat a piece of my cake. I've already showed the presents. I guess you can always go back and start watching it from the beginning after the live's over to see everything. But my cake is behind me. I baked it myself this afternoon from scratch. And it was so good. Can't tell you how good. Yeah, I've never grown yellow beets until last year, but one of my subscribers sent me yellow beet seeds, red beet seeds, turnip seeds, and parsnip seeds. And I planted all of them last year, or, I planted some last year, and all of them did halfway decent considering the heat, except the parsnips. I could not get the parsnips to germinate and sprout. And I tried them again this year. That's those same seeds that I had left. They didn't come up. So I'm thinking it could be bad seeds. Maybe if I get another package of seeds and plant them, that maybe they'll come up. I've got a video of me making my birthday cake. I'm going to post it in the morning. I've got to get it put together and get it uploaded tonight. But I plan on posting it in the morning. Because I did half a recipe to make a smaller cake. Because I knew I was the only one here to eat it. And as good as I love to eat that whole great big cake, I said I can't do that. I mean, I'm pushing it with this one. It's just a one layer cake. But I baked it in a bundt pan. So if you want to see how I made my cake, the ingredients, how much of everything, watch my video in the morning. And at first I didn't put sprinkles on it. And then after I ended the video, I said, you know what? I really want to put me some chocolate sprinkles on there. And they're chocolate, but they're covered with different colors. And so then I did a little short couple of second video at the end where I put the sprinkles on it. Yeah, this is the icing, and the cake is totally made from scratch. I do too, but hey, that cake is so good, I wouldn't be freezing it for long. It might go in there, half of it the first couple of days, and then I'd be grabbing it. I know me. I couldn't have a whole cake like that around here. That one layer is too much for just me, but hey, that's what I got. Yeah, I do that too, Brenda, all the time. I freeze cookies, cupcakes, cake. But I wanted to really do that to show people too that you can still bake a cake if there's only one of you, or maybe two of you, or maybe 3 or 4 people, and you don't want to make a whole great big full-size cake. Maybe you just want a small cake, but enough for each person. So I said that's a good idea to do. So I cut my recipe in half and basically made almost like a one-layer cake, but I cooked it in a bundt pan, and you'll see it in the video tomorrow. Well, thank you, Edith. I'm so glad you made it in. I was wondering about you. I said to be sure she didn't go to the strip club again. But hey, this is Wednesday night. They're open on Wednesday night. You've been thinking about going live again? You just need about 50 or so more people. Yeah, I had to do a video on making my cake. I'll probably title it Baking My Birthday Cake or something like that. I don't know. I guess that's one reason some people like my videos. I'm kind of crazy. I get do off the wall stuff. Like today in my video, I had turned my dish drainer down sideways to give me more room on the counter to mix my cake up and do stuff. And I accidentally bumped the drainer, and there was a pan that flipped over and hit the floor on the other side of the bar. And I left it in. I'm going to leave it in the video. I'm not taking it out. So y'all will hear it crash to the floor. Oh, you're talking about you need 50 people to subscribe to your channel? Is that what you need, Wilson? I think I'm already subscribed to yours. Pretty sure I am. You needed 1,000 to go live back when I went live, because I couldn't go live on my laptop because it had a terrible camera. And to go live on a cell or phone, you had to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours, which I didn't think I was ever going to get. But I finally got them. Yeah, my brother said he mailed it last week, I believe either Monday or Tuesday. I'm also waiting for Mark to get back to me and let me know if he received my birthday card and check too. Huh. And then he come back with Mark hasn't received it yet either. So that was over a week ago. Yeah, a good week, and they haven't come. Maybe they had a rush on mail in Tucson, Arizona. Who knows? We'll see if I can find Wilson. I don't think I put in the right address. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've subscribed to his channel. I did that a long time ago. But there's other Wilson Todds out there. They got a Todd Wilson, a Wilson Todd. But it seemed like you bring yours up under something else. Okay, let me see. YouTube is at Wilson. Let me try it again and see. Wilson Todd, 5253. Oh, it's 3Ds. Is it 3Ds? 52. He's got 21 subscribers and 3 videos. They're airplanes or helicopters. Airplanes. Yeah, I've already subscribed to you. And I've got all notifications checked, so you have videos on there from 2 and 3 years ago. Tamara Aimling said, I think the card I sent you was mailed last Friday or Saturday. Yeah, I don't know why it would take that long and they're not here yet. Yeah, and yours came today, Tamara Aimling. Yours was in the mailbox today when I went out there and checked. I actually got Tamara's yesterday, I think. Tamara Douglas, I think hers came yesterday. Was an air show in San Antonio. And there's Texas Repo. Hello, Texas Repo. How you doing tonight? With 2 T's and 2 D's. Oh, I put it in the other way. I put Wilson Todd with 3 D's. 52, 53. Yeah, I put it in that first way. It with Wilson Todd with 3 D's, 52, 53, and your channel came up. And that's the way it is on your name at the top of the screen. It's Wilson Todd with 3 D's, 52, 53. Oh, Texas Repo is repairing a generator to power our house, and I need a break. Well, I'm glad you tuned into my live to take a break. We just got through eating birthday cake and singing happy birthday and showing birthday presents. Yep, that's what I got, Edith. Wilson Todd with 3 D's, 52, 53, and it took me right to his channel. Yeah, I think it's neat that I made it another year, but I hate to. I mean, I think about all those years, and I thought to myself, I can't be that age. I can't be that old. Where did all the years go, you know? Well, thank you. It's fudge chocolate with cream cheese icing with chocolate sprinkles on it. And it's so good. I just finished eating a piece of it. And there's no way I put that many candles on my cake. I just put 8 candles up there because I wasn't ready to burn the house down. That cake would not hold a candle for every year. There's not enough room on the top. You've been testing your webcam, Wilson? Keep an eye out of who is your mailman. They say in the U.S. it takes 3 days to mail a letter. I'd give it a week. After a week, I'd look at the post office funny. But it could also be their post office. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, days are long, years are short. I don't know where all the days and years went, I'll tell you. It's almost like I went to sleep and had a long dream and woke up and I was in a new era. Texas Repo wants to know everybody's age. He says, I'm 51. I'm not telling y'all anymore. I've already told you enough. I haven't seen any of them, Edith. They haven't come in yet. You know, they waited the last time for about 2 hours. We've been on for about 2 hours when finally they realized I was live and they started coming in. So give them another half hour. They may start hitting me. Brenda Mays is 75. Edith is 72. It's been like a big blur for me for the years. I know, it just seems like I went to sleep and 40 years went by and I woke up and I'm like, where am I? You know? I was working all the time, making money to pay bills. Sometimes I was working 7 days a week, taking care of 2 kids. Because, you know, I've been divorced ever since, what was it, 83. So I've been taking care of my kids, raising my kids on my own all that time. Now they're grown and they got homes of their own. I got a granddaughter that's 21. I know, Gladys. A lot of people in here know how old I am. I'm not going to keep repeating it. Yeah, I mean, when you're working, you're so busy, you don't pay attention to the time and the days. They just go by, you know. That's the reason I said I just feel like I went to sleep and I've slept for 40 years and I'm woke up now. My kids are grown. They got homes of their own. And I'm older and quite a few pounds heavier. Well, my daughter is 20 years younger than me. My son is 26 years younger than me because they're 6 years apart. My daughter's the oldest, and then 6 years later, my son come along. Oh, your great grandson is 2 years old, but you haven't met him yet? Oh, and you're missing all of those 2 years. Don't I wish vegan menu? I'm 80. Don't tell like it. Just the legs don't work. Yeah, I kind of like retirement because it got me into YouTube and I love doing YouTube. I'd probably still be working on jobs if my body would hold out, but it got to the place where I was so wore out after putting 8-hour days in and most of the time standing on my feet with my back and neck injuries. It didn't work. And they were always wanting me to do stuff that I shouldn't do or can't do. I'd end up getting hurt again. So finally I said, the heck with it, I'm not doing this anymore. And I just finally said, I'm retired. And then I was getting bored being at home because you can only clean house so much. You can only dig a hole in the yard so much. So, you know, then that summer I got into gardening again and I said, well, if I'm going to do my gardening, why not video it and start me a YouTube channel? Well, I already had a channel. It wasn't active. You know, I wasn't actively posting stuff on it. But I said, if I'm going to be doing this, why not do YouTube and see if I can make a couple of dollars every month to help out with my bills? Then I won't have to worry about going to work and punching a time clock and putting in an 8-hour day. So that's what I did, and I'm loving YouTube. I'm not bored anymore, that's for sure. I get tired sometimes and just want to come in the house and shut the door and forget anybody exists but me. Oh, your daughter is 44 today. Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday to your daughter. Yeah, I'm basically my own boss. I know if I don't produce videos or go live, I don't make any money. So that keeps you going. And like I said, I'm going to be working in the yard. I'm going to be doing my gardening anyway. So why not make a little bit of money off of it to help pay for my gardening stuff, you know? And if I make enough, it helps pay my bills. Wilson wants to know who wants him to go live. I want you to go live, Wilson. Marveline Holloway, hello from Alabama. Welcome to our chat. This was my birthday chat. I've got my birthday cake back here I've already eaten a piece of. I did a baking my birthday cake video that I'm going to post in the morning. Yeah, you make new friends on YouTube lives everywhere. And I make new friends through just comments on my videos. Yeah, give it a shot, Wilson. You're not going to know till you try. It never would let me go until I got hit 1,000 subscribers. I've heard now you can go live with 400 subscribers if you can go live from a computer, not a portable device. I don't know. But every time I tried to go live before I got 1,000 views or 1,000 subscribers, it would tell me that I was not eligible to go live yet, and it wouldn't let me. Wilson said, I've been thinking about having games when I go live. What kind of games you going to have, Wilson? KFC's he's abused, just put more money in your pocket because he watches. Yeah, I figure he watches my videos. When he comes in, I get credit for it if he stays in here for a few minutes. But I don't like to see what they post, you know? I don't like for people to see what they post in here. Yeah, all of them coming in, they might trying to be abusive and vulgar, but they're just putting money in my pocket. Plus aggravating me a little bit, but guessing games. What type of guessing games? Yeah, it's quite obscene. Marveline said her granddaughter is 6 today. Well, happy birthday to your granddaughter, her 6th birthday. Happy 6th birthday. No, I don't need their foul money. I can do without it. But you know, it's good to know you can put them in time out for 24 hours and keep them out. Or somehow, usually sometimes you can block them. Number games. You going to be giving prizes out, Wilson? It can get costly when you give prizes out. Postage is not cheap nowadays. Oh, I bet you would, Edith. I'd love to hear you give him a talking to. Or his parents. Yeah, he was not raised right, or he wouldn't be in people's lives doing that kind of stuff. If I did that kind of stuff and my parents found out about it when I was younger, I'd be eating a bar of soap for a week. Yeah, it's ridiculous, Anne. They have no respect. I mean, if they put the time and energy into their own channel to build their channel, and they could make a little bit of money probably, but they'd rather get in other people's live chats and put vulgarity in there or obscene messages to aggravate you. Ivory soap. Yeah, my dad would have used a belt too, but my mom, she'd grab a bar of soap and I'd be eating soap for a week. Exactly, Edith. It's not the color of the skin, it's the actions of that person. Oh, man. How many of you are going to try my cake recipe that I put up tomorrow? I'll tell you, if you like chocolate and you like cream cheese icing, you'll love this cake. I'll tell you. It's so good, it's ridiculous. Here's a birthday question. If you met up with someone who has the same birthday as you and being born in the same year as you, do you think it means anything? Do you think they are there to protect? I don't know. Maybe. If you met up, like me, if I met up with a guy that was born the same year, the same day that I was born in, I would think, well, that might be a halfway decent match. We were born the same era. We grew up through the same things. You know, we have a lot of similarities. Whereas if you come in contact with somebody like 20 years older than you or 20 years younger, they grew up in a different time era, basically. So they went through different things than probably you went through. And it depends on, too, what area of the country they were raised in. I put Ritz crackers in a casserole. Yes, I have. That's what your daughter-in-law is cooking for you for Mother's Day, is a Ritz cracker chicken casserole. I think I did put Ritz crackers in a chicken casserole that I did, what was it, last year? Gonna make some new videos. Well, yep, that's what you got to do, Wilson. Debbie says I'm older than Linda. Well, I don't know. How old are you, Debbie? And then I may not answer you. Tamara said, not me. I already have too much of your birthday cake to eat. And Ann says, I don't like chocolate, but my daughter is a chocolate nut. I'm giving it to her. Well, you can make my cake recipe. Just don't put the chocolate in it. And you'll have a vanilla cake. Because I added cocoa powder to mine. You don't have to put cocoa powder in it. Just make a vanilla cake with cream cheese icing. Yeah, having the same day is kind of special. Apple pie with Ritz. I've not tried apple pie with Ritz crackers. But I bet it's good. Has anyone made a Ritz cracker fake apple pie? No, I have not. Debbie's 70. Well, I'm going to let you keep thinking you're older than me. How is that? Yeah, I love cream cheese. So have your daughter. She can make you a cake. Just don't put the cocoa in it. And it'll be a vanilla cake with cream cheese icing instead of the chocolate. Because it'll be just as good without the chocolate in it. Well, thank you, Debbie. Oh, and you made the Ritz pie? Wow, that's weird, Tamara. She said, I dated a boy all through high school and college. Funny enough, the man I married had his same birthday. Weird. Yeah, that is weird. And it does taste like apple pie. No, I've not had apple pie with cheese either. Yeah, we're all young at heart. In my mind, I feel like I'm still 18 years old, but my body says, no, you're not. I've made applesauce cake before. It's really good. I've made an orange cake before too, and oh my God, that is so good. It's a lot to go through, a lot of steps, a lot of things to put in it to make an orange cake, but it is so well worth it because it's one of the best cakes I've ever eaten. But I can't make that unless I've got a lot of people to eat it because it's like a 3-layer cake. A mock apple pie. Well, yeah, I mean, some of these mock apple pies, they taste just like apple. You wouldn't know the difference. Orange slice cake. Well, this wasn't an orange slice cake, but it had orange in it. It had orange rind, the grated orange rind sprinkled in it. Oh, it was the best cake. It was so good. I think I'll let you keep the beef tripe cake, Wilson. I don't think I want any. I'll let you have that all day long. I've been thinking about making a pineapple cake, but again, I have to cut the recipe in half or smaller for me because unless I'm making it to go somewhere with it, like to my son's house. I might bake a cake for him for his birthday the end of the month, but I'll be taking it over there and I'll be leaving it over there. I'll eat a piece of it while I'm there, but the rest of that cake will stay with him. I made him a strawberry horseshoe cake one year. I had a horseshoe shaped pan, and I asked my granddaughter, she was little, she couldn't be more than 5 or 6 years old. I said, Alexandra, what kind of cake should we bake for your dad's birthday? She said, strawberry. So I made him a strawberry cake. I iced it with Cool Whip, and then I put sliced strawberries around the top of it. It was pretty good because it was, the end of May is pretty warm weather. Make it for Mother's Day for yourself. Yeah, but that's too much cake for me. It didn't turn out good, Donna. Not like the cake did that I took to school. And I was going to make another one this year, but I was going to make it the way I made the cake that I took to school for my son at Easter. And I didn't get around to doing it this year. It looked more like an egg, the one I made that I took to his class for their Easter party when he was in elementary school. I'll get around to it sometime. Who likes 1950s cars and pickup trucks? I do, for one. I had a 1957 Chevy that I wish I had today. It looked like a brand new car. It had just been painted, just been completely redone inside, new carpet, new upholstery, new everything. It looked like a brand new car when I bought it. I paid $400 for that car. And I bet that it's worth $40,000 today in the shape it was in when I had it, or more. I know it'd be a real sad world without celebrating something, wouldn't it, vegan menu? Yeah, those were neat cars. They don't make them like that anymore. They were built like army tanks back in the 50s. They made them burn more gas, but they were better built cars. More like boats. Well, they were big. Yeah, they were bigger cars than what we have today. That was the only thing, but they were built like army tanks. I mean, cars today fly apart when you wreck them. There's nothing there to protect you anymore. I had a 66 Chevrolet Impala convertible. It was a beautiful car. It was tan on the outside, gold inside, rolling pleated seats, black canvas top. And when I bought it, the top had been cut. So I replaced and put a new canvas top on it, and that was a sharp looking car. The whole car was huge, Debbie. They make them a lot smaller today, but they built them so much better years ago. They built those cars to last. Today, they're not so much built to last. They don't want them to last forever because you would not buy new cars to keep them in business. And 1959 school buses. Texas has kind of grown on me. And I think the hot, dry weather is actually better for my arthritis to live here than it is if I lived in North Carolina. Because I think my arthritis would probably be 2 or 3 times worse if I lived there than here. It's just been the last few years that my arthritis has really been bothering me, or I even noticed I had arthritis, really. And I got it throughout my whole body, I know. My hands, my joints, everywhere. Yeah, we didn't have any seat belts way back then. No car seats for the babies because we didn't go down the road 75 and 80 and 100 miles an hour either. We were lucky if we drove 50. There wasn't as much traffic on the roads, so there was no need for seat belts and stuff, you know. Brenda says she knows all about arthritis. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Dark cherries are good for arthritis. I need one of those cherry trees they've been advertising on the internet. Your arthritis is severe, and I hate arthritis. It's ruined my life. Well, it's starting to make this right hand kind of stiff. The joints in my fingers here, I noticed that they're getting pretty stiff. But I'm not in pain so much every day or anything. Sometimes when I do a lot of work in the yard, I come in and shower and get relaxed. I ache a little bit. And some of it is either from my neck and back injury or a combination of both with the arthritis. But I take a little bit of ibuprofen and I'm fine. Turmeric water is great too. I've never tried that. Exactly. School buses had no seat belts way back then. Yep, getting out of bed is rough with arthritis. I wake up in the morning, the combination of my back and neck injury and surgeries and my arthritis makes me not even want to get out of bed. I just want to stay there. I mean, I'm not in severe pain, but I ache a little bit and I don't want to get up. But then after I get up and start moving around, I'm okay. That's the way my sister-in-law was, Anne. They gave her injections once a month. The injection cost like $1,200 for one. And she said she still was in so much pain, it was miserable. So I'm thinking maybe the shot wasn't what she needed. She needed something else. Yep, heating pads help. Because, like on a cold night, I can turn my heating blanket on, just put it on low, and it keeps my body real snug and warm all night. I get up, wake up the next morning, I'm ready to just get right on up. I don't ache, nothing. Oh, goodness, Brenda. He got you a big old 1969 Oldsmobile. It was huge. He said he wanted a lot of space between me and the other car. I know we used to go out in the fields and work when I was a kid. At the end of the day, we'd pile up in the back of the pickup and they'd take us to the river and we'd jump in the river with a bar of soap, clean up before we ever went home. And it was a lot of fun. They don't want you riding in the back of a pickup like that today. There's too much traffic and the speed is too great for stuff like that. Oh, goodness, I hear that other cat. I don't know where they went. I got that big gray cat that comes over here and he tries to eat their food if they've left anything in their bowls. And they try to chase him off. Little Buddy and Lucky will get in a fight with him because they don't want him here. But usually when I open the door and that gray cat sees me, he takes off. So I'm hoping he's gone. 300,000 miles. Yep, those were the neat old days. You can't pile up in the back of a pickup truck and do that nowadays. There's too much traffic on the highways. The speed of the vehicles is too fast. What? I got the injection. No. Oh, okay. $1,400 two times a month. They didn't help my sister-in-law. She said she still hurt like, you know what, even taking those shots. I don't remember lunch tickets when I was in school, but I'm sure we did have them. I guess I don't remember because me and my brothers usually took our lunch. My mom always fixed us bologna sandwiches or egg salad sandwiches or something like that for lunch. We couldn't afford to buy lunch. Too many kids to buy lunch for. But I loved the sandwiches my mom made. And all the kids begged for the egg salad sandwiches that I brought. They wanted to give me their bought lunch for my egg salad sandwiches. And I didn't want to trade them because I didn't want their lunch. But sometimes they talked me into it. And even though I didn't want to eat what they had, I'd let them have my sandwich. I tell him, I said, well, you need your mama to make you some egg salad sandwiches. She does, but it's not like your mama's. It's not as good. I like what you got. They wanted the sandwiches my mama made. Me too. We got what Daddy got in his lunch pail. Your lunch was 15 cents. I don't remember how much it was back when I was going to Atkinson school. Don't remember. We had kindergarten through 12th grade in that one school because it was a small town. Not many people. And we had one lunchroom that serviced the whole school. And we always had hot lunches in there, which was great. I did eat lunch in there for a time, but I got it for free because I helped out in the lunchroom, in the kitchen. And they'd give me my free lunch and pay for helping them in the kitchen during lunch. But that was just for one school year. I don't know. She makes her egg salad like I do mine because I always like. I take a fork and I squish up the egg really fine. And a lot of people, when they make egg salad, there's big chunks of the yolk, the white part. And most of the kids didn't like it. They wanted it chopped up real fine like my mom did. And all my mom did was chop it up really fine and put salt and pepper and mayonnaise. And that was it. Nothing fancy. Sometimes she'd sprinkle in paprika if she had it. You just showed us that. I think I did in the egg salad video that I did. I remember we had to start taking a penny with our nickel. Yeah, I remember that too. I thought to myself, what? More than a nickel now? That was outrageous. And now, good gracious, you're lucky if you can get a 12-ounce Coke for $1.50 somewhere, you know? Most 16 ounces are $2.50 or almost $3. Thank you, Country Girls Cooking with Rhonda, for that birthday wish. I had a real relaxing, lazy day today, other than making my birthday cake. Yep. I remember I'd walk around the block. When I was walking home from school, I'd circle the block so I could go by the little store and buy me a Coke and a bag of peanuts. Or most of the time it was a Sundrop and a bag of peanuts, which is just about like a Mountain Dew and or a Pepsi or a Coke. And it was a nickel. And I don't remember how much the bag of peanuts were, but it wasn't probably but another nickel. And I'd pour my peanuts in my drink. Yeah, they were 5 cents back years ago. When I first remember paying for a Coke, it was 5 cents for a bottled Coke. And they were in glass bottles. And I thought it was outrageous when they went up to 6 and 7 cents for a Coke. That was outrageous. I did too. I would gather drink bottles and put them in cartons and take them to the store to get the deposit back for them, to buy more Cokes and more candy and stuff. You don't do that today. I mean, people do save cans and they'll sell the aluminum, but I don't think you get that much out of the aluminum anymore. Not like they did with the bottles. Yep, the glass bottles. And there's only very few stores that you can buy a Coke or a Pepsi or a Mountain Dew or a Sundrop in that has them in glass bottles anymore. And I remember when the cans first came out, I couldn't handle the taste of my drink coming out of a can. You could just taste the aluminum or something. It was terrible. I'm used to it now, so it don't bother me. Yeah, but how many cans did you have to take back to get 20 bucks, Wilson? They go by weight for those cans, don't they? And those cans are really light. Penny candy was 2 pieces for a penny. 5-cent Cokes, 2-cent deposit on the bottle. Yeah. We'd walk up and down the side of the street and the road and picking up bottles. Because everybody back then would throw their glass bottles out the car window. You could walk up and down the street or the highway and pick up all the bottles you wanted. We used to fill up my uncle's gas tank. He was only like 19 years old, but he had his own car. And since it was a small country town, there was nothing much to do, even for him. And on the weekends, he told us, he said, if you can put the gas in, we'll ride around, go do stuff. So we pick up drink bottles all week, take them back, get the deposit, and we'd take the money and fill up his gas tank. Back then the gas was like 3 and 4 gallons for $1. So it didn't take much to fill your tank up. Not like today when it's almost $4 a gallon. God, can't imagine 25 cents a gallon for regular gas, and it was like 30-some cents for high test. You can't buy gas like that anymore. We could just take them back to the store and they'd give us our deposit back. We'd just have them in a wooden crate that the bottles would come in. We'd fill them up and take crates of bottles back to the same store where we buy our Cokes at, and they would give us the refund for them. And we'd turn around and buy more Cokes or Mountain Dew or Sundrop. Back there it was Sundrops for me. I love Sundrop. But like I said, it's like a Mountain Dew that you get here. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. It seemed like we got about 5 cents a bottle for our Coke bottles. Because I couldn't believe it. I said, well, we pay that much for the bottle with the Coke in it, and then we take it back, and they give us the same thing back. It's like we got the Coke for free. That didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but hey, I didn't argue. Yeah, sometimes you could get regular gas, what was it, 5 gallons for $1? Sometimes it was 4 gallons for $1. Yep, it would hunt bottles on the highway, on the roadside. Because back there it was just country roads, You weren't worried about high traffic or none of that stuff. It's not like going out here in Granbury and walking on the side of the highway to pick up bottles. Oh my God, you'd get run over. It used to be 40 cents to ride the bus in San Antonio. Now it's $1.30. Yeah, everything has gone up. I mean, you tell some of these young people today that back before I was even a teenager, you could get 5 gallons of gas for $1. They look at you like, what? What kind of gas are you going to get for 5 gallons for $1 when it's almost $4 a gallon right now? Okay, Brenda Mays, I'm glad you could come into the chat tonight. We've been on for 2 hours, I guess. But you know what? Hey, so far the trolls haven't been in. That's one good thing. We haven't had to put up with them so far. And I might not should speak so quick because they might come in now. But you have a good night, Brenda. Glad you could come in. Have a blessed night. Have a good day tomorrow. We'll see you next time. Dairy Queen in Oklahoma back then was 5 foot long hot dogs or 5 hamburgers for $1. Yeah. By us, it's $2.25. I think the last time I got gas, it was I want to say $2.69 or $2.70 some a gallon. $2.85 in where Rhonda is. $2.89 in St. Louis. I think it's about $2.89 now, right now, like today. I haven't got any today, but I think I saw that on some of the signs like yesterday. Yeah, I mean, just to show you how much the prices have went up. Usually when I fill up my propane tank like once a year or sometimes I add gas maybe twice a year, but usually it's only once a year I do a fill up. Usually it's 300 and some dollars. It was $609 this year. That's how much the gases went up, even the propane. Because it seemed like it was it was like 320 and they gave me a discount which dropped it down some. But it come to $609 when I got my propane delivered. And like I said, in the years past it was like 300. It was half of what I had to pay this year. I mean, I hope it don't stay that high because that's outrageous. And they told me at the gas company when I talked to them on the phone, they said, well, we hate to charge it, but that's what we have to pay. We have to pay more. We have to charge more. And that's understandable. Well, I'm glad you came in, Country Girls Cooking with Rhonda. Got to go wash my dang old dishes. I got mine, well, most of them washed up. I think I got one or two still in the sink over here, but I got all of the dishes washed up from baking my cake. Vegan Menu says, oh my God. Yeah, twice as much for my propane. That was a stab in the heart almost. I tell you, it's like, oh, that hurt. Oh, French bread is real good to fix pizza with. I've done it with the fresh bread. Just slice that whole loaf open and lay it out open and put all your fixings on it. It makes a really good pizza. Quick and easy pizza because you don't have to make the dough. Yeah, it was easy, and I'm sure it was good. Mine was real good when I made it. And I made it one time out of the really wide loaf, sliced it right down the middle, flapped it open, and put my fixings on both sides. And then one time I got the narrow, I think it's a French or Italian bread, the real narrow, skinny loaf. I sliced that open and made me pizza with that. That's good too. It's just not as much bread, it's not as wide, but it still made a good pizza. When I go live, it'll be on Sunday nights. Okay. I've made it with sub rolls, the little rolls you get to make little individual sub sandwiches. I'll cut them open and laid them out and put my pizza toppings on those. They make good ones too. Any of those type rolls make a good pizza dough. Okay, Debbie, you have a blessed night. Glad you could come by. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, and we'll see you next time. I think we've been on for a little over 6 hours. I'm not going to push my luck. Oh, we got someone from Japan. I don't understand English, but I always enjoy watching your videos. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. Thank you. I've got a deep fryer. One of my subscribers sent me a deep fryer, electric fryer, but I don't have, no one sent me a Dutch oven. I didn't know anybody was talking about sending me a Dutch oven. I don't know. I don't remember that. Yeah, I fixed several different dishes in my little electric fryer that I got. It's the big square pan with the lid, and it's electric. You can fry stuff. I can put my roasts in it and cook it. I think I could fix several different videos with that one, but a Dutch oven, no. I mean, I've got big pots with lids, but not a Dutch oven. Oh yeah, I kind of thought I would like to get one of those Dutch oven kind of cast iron pots with the lids. I mean, I've got pots that are similar, but they're not the cast iron with the lids. I've often thought that would come in handy to fix roast and stuff in, but it's not something I've got to have. I cook so much anyway, it doesn't matter really. I've seen some places you can get them for like $29, $39 for one of those. And I wouldn't want a real big one because I couldn't pick it up. Those things are pretty heavy. Yeah, up here it's in Japanese writing, the name, so I can't see. I don't know what the name is. She's just above Wilson and Country Girls Cooking with Rhonda. If you'll go back on the chat, she says, "Hi, I am from Japan. I don't understand English, but I always enjoy watching your videos. Keep up the good work." And her name is in Japanese, so I don't know what the name is. You haven't looked good, Wilson, because it's like you're right under Country Girls Cooking, and then the one from Japan is right above Country Girls Cooking. Not this time you posted, but go back to the previous one where you ask who likes homemade soup. Look above your name there, and you'll see the one from Japan. Yeah, I figured they were great because I got 3 or 4 cast iron frying pans, different size ones. I got a big one, I've got small ones, and they cook really well. Yeah, I can't speak in Japanese either, so I don't know what their name is. But welcome from Japan. Welcome from Japan. You just found it? Okay. I wish I could read Japanese so I knew what the name was, but I don't know Japanese, so yeah, I remember now that I did mention it in one of my videos that it'd been kind of nice to have one, but I just never broke down and got one. I don't know where I'd put it. I've got every cabinet, every nook and cranny with something in it in my house because I don't have that much storage space. So I'd have to put it in my oven and keep it there, I guess, if I had one. Yeah, I brought my cast iron frying pans from North Carolina when I came because I always fried my chicken in my big cast iron frying pan. I always fried my bacon and my eggs for breakfast in my smaller frying pans, and they were all cast iron. I've got, I think it's 3 or 4 different size frying pans that are cast iron, but I never did get the Dutch oven. Don't know why, but I just never did. Maybe back then I didn't have the money to buy one. I don't know. Yeah, I've looked at a few. I went to Marshall's looking one day, and they have one there that's 29.99. I think Walmart's got one for 29.99. I just haven't found the right one, I guess. The one that looks at me and says, "Take me." You know how that goes? You see something and it just says, "This is the one, take me. I'm here." I haven't come across that one yet. Well, thank you, Debbie. You have a blessed night. Little buddy scratching at the door. I'm not giving him any more treats. He had a whole handful of catnip treats. He's had dinner tonight. He don't need anything else. He's gonna get fat. Yeah, see, that's what I'm afraid of. I don't want one that's so big that it ends up being so heavy once I put food in it that I can't manage it. You gave it to your nephew to cook outside on the grill. They've got kind of small Dutch ovens that I'm kind of looking toward, but no, I haven't really got one yet. Like I said, I just haven't found the exact right one yet, I guess, or I would come home with it. We've still got 52 people in our chat on watching tonight. Little buddy, I know you're not hungry. Quit scratching at the door. He says, I know I'm not hungry, but I still want some. He wants more treats. And there's moron. Hey, moron. I don't know why you came up with that name. You separated it, but still, but when you say it, it does sound like the one that's all together moron. That's bad. Yeah, some of those pans are very heavy. Mine are pretty heavy. Even my small ones are, like the 6 inch, 8 inch pans are pretty heavy. And then I've got the 10, I can't remember if it's 10 or 12 inch frying pan. That's cast iron. It's pretty heavy. But that was my favorite pan to fry my chicken in. My chicken always come out so nice in that frying pan. I got away with frying chicken so much now though. Like I say, I give in when I go to Walmart and I buy me one of those fried chickens at Walmart that's still hot. That way I don't have to come home and fry it. Got spoiled by Walmart's fried chicken. I always buy ceramic coated pans. Well, they've got Dutch ovens now too they look kind of like the ceramic pans, but they're thick. I don't know what they call them. But they're Dutch ovens. They're just not the cast iron, the black cast iron. The black cast iron actually work better because you don't have to worry about messing up the outside of them. You can cook on the grill. You can put them on an open fire. You can put them on your stove, in your stove. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt them. And I got used to cooking with my set of club pots and pans, and it's kind of thick. And I always like those. I mean, they're older than the Hills because I've had them for so many years. And then that subscriber sent me the new set with, they were in blue, I think. They're not as thick as the club set that I've got, the older set. But I've been using them. They work pretty good. I like the glass lids. My old set don't have glass lids. They have the solid lid that you can't see through. And I like the fact that you can see through the lid. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm getting tired. I know y'all are tired. It's 9:17 p.m. Most places you're already an hour ahead of me. I'm not strong like I was when I was young. I work so hard now. I have curvature of the spine and arthritis so bad I can hardly walk. Well, that's me. I do so much that I shouldn't be doing that. Sometimes it affects my walking and I get a little stiff and I feel like I'm old. Other days I'm fine. Yeah, cast iron is great cookware to cook with. But I want to thank all of you for helping me celebrate my birthday another year. I appreciate it. You made my night. You made my birthday. And I just love each and every one of you. I love all the time that you spend in my chats, watching my videos. I appreciate it. You just don't know how much. So I'm going to call it a night. I hope all of you have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And I'll see you on the next one, maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. So good night, y'all. Love y'all. Bye now.